Record. All right. We are live. Thanks for joining us if you're on Facebook. My name is Krista Gervon from Princeton Integrative Health. I'm the Communications Director, and I'm joined with Dr. Conny Garofino, who's our chiropractor and functional medicine practitioner. This is the Dress for Health Success series, if you've been following, and today we're doing episode 5, which is the 5th pillar of health, which is supplements. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, they're all on our YouTube page as well as on Facebook, so be sure to catch up on those so you can enjoy the entire series. But today, yes, again, we're going to be talking about supplements, sometimes a forgotten pillar and how it's woven into the previous pillars that we've discussed so far, which were diet, rest, exercise, and stress management. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Thanks, Dr. Conny, for being here today. Can you tell us just what are the basic functions of supplements?
Sure. So supplements really should be just that. They should be supplementation to a nutrient-dense diet. In today's world, our soils are depleted, and so supplementation is actually pretty necessary, because in order to get all of our nutrients from food, the way that our food is grown is pretty challenging. But there are really 3 main functions, and those 3 are substitution. So if you need to actually substitute something that's missing in the body, say you had your gallbladder removed and you're not going to be able to store bile the way, and so you may be lacking in digestive enzymes. That is something that is going to substitute because you're missing something. Stimulation, and that is used in order to stimulate actual organs or glands or systems within the body. Vitamins and minerals are really good examples of that, because they're used in every chemical reaction that our body does. And then support. So support is for more short-term aids to help to support the body while function is being restored. So an example of this is adrenal supplementation. If we've experienced long-term chronic stress and the adrenal glands are really struggling, giving some support to them, utilizing herbs and or glandulars for a short period of time while your adrenal glands can heal, then that's another function of supplementation.
Okay. Yeah, there are so many things I think people don't realize why you would take a supplement. So that's great information. Which are the supplements that we need most commonly? Are there the core kind of supplements that we need the most?
There are, it's going to be a little different for everybody, but when I think, basic supplementation for people, there's a few core needs that I think, number one, are not usually met with diet and tend to be deficient with people, and are really, really important to support for overall health and longevity. So this is kind of a little bit of a long list. I kind of pulled out my 4 biggest ones, but then I have a few others that are I think are still really important and a lot of people are deficient in. So I want to start with a mineral complex. Most of the time we're not getting the amount of minerals that we need in our food because soils are depleted, and even in, we're not getting through water and things like that. So
Sorry about
enough minerals, it supports, supports every cellular function. And, this is going to be supportive of red blood cell health, thyroid, enzymatic functions in your body, blood sugar balance, even muscle activity is needed. You need minerals to be able to contract a muscle. So that is a huge one, and a pretty easy add, just to be adding a mineral complex to your water a few times a day. Next, that I think gets pushed, to the wayside a little bit, is detox support. We are exposed to so many chemicals on a daily basis, so many exogenous hormones, so many things that disrupt us, that we need to make sure that our major detox organs, mostly the liver, is very, very well supported. Liver supports hormone detoxification. It balances blood sugar. It helps to remove toxins. So some really good herbs and supplements that can be used for this are, I love milk thistle, turmeric, which is also anti-inflammatory. Fennel is another good one. And all of these could be found in teas or tinctures, but you can also, utilize your functional medicine practitioner to help to guide you on which ones might be specifically right for you. Licorice is another really great liver support. This one you have to be a little careful with because it can affect blood pressure. Dandelion and artichoke are some other ones that are really, really helpful in supporting detoxification. For when I think about another really, really important piece for just overall health, I think brain health. So things like different types of mushrooms, lion's mane in particular, is a really, really good cognitive support. There's a lot of herbs and adaptogenic herbs, specifically like bacopa. Ginkgo is another one that's a really good, they have antioxidant effects. They can help with brain circulation. They help to improve memory. Phosphatidylcholine is another one. But you have to recognize too that when we're talking about herbs, they are pretty poorly regulated. And so you have to make sure that you're really sourcing from high quality supplement companies that have done, third-party testing and are checking for heavy metals and things like that. So, that's a really, really important piece though. Brain health is huge. The next one that I think, and these are like my sort of 4 core that hit all the boxes, but mitochondrial support or longevity support. This is what's going to, be more anti-aging in that way. So mitochondria are, right, everybody needs this. This is like our basics, everybody needs this, and then it needs to be tailored specifically. Mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. They produce all the energy that our body needs to do all of its functions. And mitochondrial support it helps to support cellular health. So things like decreasing inflammation are really, really important to help with mitochondrial support. I've already mentioned turmeric or curcumin, which is found in turmeric. NAD is a hydrogen carrier for our cells, and it decreases with age. So it's a little tricky because you can't just take NAD. You have to actually take the precursors, which encourage your body to make more. So I really love NAD Gold or NAD Platinum by Quicksilver. It has the precursors to help you produce more NAD, which is really anti-aging. Something like EGCG, which is found in green tea, and more so even potently in matcha green tea, is a really, really big antioxidant. And a couple things like resveratrol and CoQ10 are other major, major antioxidants, mitochondrial support type supplements that I think really everybody kind of needs to be on a combination of those sort of all of those components.
No, people are writing this down.
Okay. It's kind of a little list. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but we can definitely help if you have questions about anything. But just for everyone's knowledge, you said earlier, that these herbs and some of the supplements are poorly regulated. So how do we as a practice, choose which supplements we either recommend to our patients and clients or ourselves even?
Yeah, it's a good question. Supplementation and herbs, they're not regulated by the FDA.
Right.
So what that means is that the standards can be lower because they're not required to do third-party testing and to have studies behind them to show the benefits. So we're really careful about the companies that we utilize and recommend to our patients, and we vet every company that we would ever recommend.
Yeah.
So it is really, really important because it could end up being a huge waste of money for you if you are just buying every Costco brand supplement that you saw a commercial for. That's not really the way to go. The potency is probably not there, and the processing, there may be added chemicals, there may be other additives, food colorings, and all kinds of things. So we make sure that the companies that we utilize, we like Metagenics and Designs for Health and Integrative Therapeutics are some really big ones that we use. And they usually are available just through providers, but things like, I think Gaia is available through just non-practitioner sites is a really great website. Wise Women Herbals is another really good one. So making sure that you're sourcing responsibly and that is going to be more beneficial. You're not going to be throwing money, just out the door.
Yeah, because they are expensive.
Yeah.
They can range, but they can definitely get up there in price. So
Right.
it's
Right.
important to not waste your money on something that's not going to work properly.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, is there anything else you wanted to mention regarding the supplements, or any other tips people should keep in mind?
I mean, I think when it comes to supplementation, there's so much information out there. And this is something that patients come to me often with. They'll walk in with a whole bag full of all the supplements that they've bought or that they have or that they sometimes take. And it's hard to know what to take and when to take it, how much to take, where to buy it from. So find a functional medicine practitioner that can help guide you and to put you on the right supplements that are right for you, especially at that time, so that you're not, spending all this money on supplements that you maybe don't even need.
Right.
So that's I think probably the best takeaway when it comes to supplementation is, you wouldn't just take a medication without going to see your medical doctor. So with the supplementation, I think of it the same way. And it's the same with dietary needs too. Most people, we have an individualized diet plan for our patients that changes from person to person based on their needs, based on their history, based on what's going on with them. And supplements are no different. They need to be tailored to you individually. So seek some help and seek some guidance from a functional or integrative medicine practitioner.
Awesome. It's such good advice, because people sometimes will just, source Facebook for, what's the best stress supplement out there? What's the best, supplement for, this deficiency? And it's probably not the best way to go about it. But thank you so much for all of that information. For anyone watching, we have a whole Dress for Success email program that you can sign up for on our website. It's www.princetonih.com/dress for health success. And you can sign up, you can get an email that will cover each of the topics that we've discussed in this series. And like I said earlier, you can always go back to our YouTube page or Facebook page to watch the other episodes of the different topics that we've covered. And thank you so much, Dr. Conny, for, going over all this really important information so that we can become more balanced and more healthy in all of the ways that matter, because there's not just one way. It really is such a lifestyle, and there's many different components in play to create, that homeostasis that we've talked about before. So
Yeah.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. This has been great.
Yeah, I'm going to just check the Facebook page really quick to see if there's any questions. But I did want to remind everyone, tomorrow we are coming back, Dr. Conny and I, to do our Women's History Month that we were not able to do this Monday. And we'll be talking about all things maternal and reproductive health care as it relates to chiropractic care and doula support. And so how those two can really add to the comfort during pregnancy, pain management during labor, and support during the recovery period in postpartum. So I hope you'll all join us for that tomorrow at 3 p.m. And we'll be on Facebook Live too, so you can join us there. Let me just double check to see if there's any questions on our page here. Nope, no questions. So we can sign off. So just thank you again. And we hope to see you guys tomorrow for our Women's History Month Health Series episode.
Thanks, Krista.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.